members of parliament have all sat in a room and your name came up.
I might look silly walking in heels, but I'll also look silly walking in trainers. Welcome to the inside of my brain.
We do get lots of requests for gardening with James.
I really hope you enjoyed these musings of an anxious girl.
I have so many questions about this. It's breakfast at Downing Street.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is a Monday morning. I have done monk mode. I had a lovely weekend. I'm awake, alive, alert, and enthusiastic, and I can't quite believe what's happening this week, and I feel like I say that every week, but I really, really mean it this week. I am so excited to bring you behind the scenes. This week it's giving iconic. That's what's happening this week. Tomorrow, I am going to 10 Downing Street, and you guys are gonna come with me. I feel like I need to rewind a little bit and tell you how we got here. So 2 weeks ago, I received an email that obviously I just assumed was spam and was like, this must be spam. And then I hovered over the email address and I was like, oh no, it's a number 10 at blah, blah, blah email address. And it's legit. And so I am going to Downing Street tomorrow to meet with some senior government officials, which is very exciting. Yeah, obviously I've never been to Downing Street before, have never really done anything like this closely aligned with politics before. And so I'm very excited. Obviously, as with all of the crazy things that I bring you with me on, there's a lot of work to get done between now and then. And so I've got a full day at my desk this morning. I've got a full afternoon of meetings this afternoon. I'm heading to London tonight. I'm going out for dinner with a friend, staying in London tonight so that we can get the glam squad done in London tomorrow morning, just like I'm staying about 5 minutes away from Downing Street. So I am very excited, a bit apprehensive, a bit nervous. I have a very Legally Blonde, like quite iconic outfit planned for Downing Street. And then, and this was actually in the diary before Downing Street, I'm actually spending the day with my two best friends. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll probably hear quite a lot about the R-A-H group chat. Abby and Heather are my two closest friends, and I cannot tell you, I don't think we've ever spent time together where it's not something to do with work. I say that noting that I'm literally going from breakfast at Downing Street to hanging out with Abby and Hev, but we've got a whole day planned of just the three of us. Nothing to do with work. We are gonna have like a brunch. I have just said that, I've just realised I'm going for breakfast at Downing Street and then breakfast with my friends, but the only thing better than breakfast is two breakfasts, so here we are. Breakfast, we are just chilling in the afternoon. We are going to Candid, which is a client of ours, and actually Heather is a client of ours and an investor in Candid and sits on their board. So we're going to Candid for a little friendship photo shoot, which is very sweet. And so obviously we'll just bring you behind the scenes for the rest of the week. Rest of the week is, as usual, jam bloody packed with the usual stuff. It's jam-packed with lots of health appointments, got lots of consulting appointments with my consultants to try and get my health sorted out as well. So as usual, we'll be bringing you guys behind the scenes. I now need to sit and tippy tap for 10 minutes and give the team a recruitment update, because if you've been following my vlogs, you will know that we have been slamming the recruitment. And so I try and give the team quite regular recruitment updates, especially when things get updated and we have new members of the team starting. So I am just about to put together a recruitment update email for the team, and you can come behind the scenes. Just been tippy tapping on the recruitment email, and now I've got my daily approvals meeting with my PA. Good morning.
Morning, hello.
How are ya?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. Your weekend looked very wholesome on Instagram. Alrighty, what have you got for me?
Okay, so there's quite a bit in next time we speak on loop. There's a few things I wanted to run through, and then I've also added a few things into this meeting which I'm just going to bring up as well.
It's so funny, isn't it? I feel like we're yet to get into a rhythm. I tried to leave you alone last week because I saw your inbox, you had so much, and then this morning I was like, oh, he's gone.
Yeah.
We've done it.
Sorry,
I don't know if it's my internet or yours.
I don't need to keep interrupting me.
So I've got a meeting this afternoon with Nivi we have like literally process notes so that an alien could do it, but have a little handover with her on first interviews. So all of the future first interviews will be with Nivi. But if you could still do exactly what you do for me, which is just look at her diary, check that she's free. She's an internal team member, so she won't have lots of calls in her diary. Like, her diary is way more flexible than mine. Again, we have flexi time, and so I'll chat to her today about her availability. And like how she wants you to ask her when she's free and stuff. And it could be that she is happy to do them outside of working hours and take the flexi back. Like, she's got a daughter, so she might just want more flexibility. Or it could be that if it's childcare, she's not sure. And so I'll run through her like availability, flexibility, all of those things, and the process. But if you could keep doing what you've been doing with me, like blocking out just 15 or 20 minutes beforehand to review the CV and prep for the interview with a link to the link from the application as well. Fab next week. Tamsin is moving house next week. She is hoping to exchange and complete on her house on Friday, and she offered to still take me to Fab, but I think it's going to be really, like, the mental well-being of moving house is not a lot, and I feel like I just said to her, like, I'll just go on my own. And so I need to look at travel to Fab because James is away. Well, James is at, I think, on that day. So I think it will probably be ask James if he can... Yeah. It's at the NEC, I think. I'm trying to think if the NEC has a train station.
I'm pretty sure Birmingham New Street's pretty close.
Oh, yeah,
to
it's
it.
like into the... Is it into the... Oh,
I'm sure it's really close to New Street, but I might be wrong.
Oh, it's a 10-minute walk. So let me just give you some word from it.
Yeah.
And you're psychic because I saw you just ask me the question about Fab.
Yeah.
What have the kids got on this week?
They've actually got a few different things. So it's World Book Day this week.
When you dressed your son up as the accountant, I literally was like crying.
He asked for it as well because it was numbers day. What do you do, Mummy? And I was like, well, you know, Mummy's like trying to be an accountant. I work for Rachel. He was like, oh, can I go in as an accountant? I was like, yeah, obviously, of course you can. And yeah, so cute.
Oh my gosh, I love. Ew, where is that? I can't even work out where.
What's that for?
When is that?
Friday the 14th.
Yeah, if James doesn't need the car, I think I'd love to drive, if that's okay. Okay, hit me with your questions.
Okay, so you've already done the recruitment process, what I was going to ask about. So, Luke, I just wanted to have a quick run through just to see if there's anything that you really like, anything you really don't like. Because I've been trying, when I get like the odd 10 minutes, I'm like just trying to like add the value in there and build it out.
I've learned through having people that do work for James and work for me is that me and James like work quite differently. And so how are you finding working with James at the minute?
Now I've told him, and now I feel a little bit more sort of comfortable in just saying, can we, you know, like revisit this, or can you do it this way? Like, since I've told him to talk to me like I'm a toddler, it's helped a lot. I don't have that much to do for him at the minute. I did message him earlier because I'm supposed to have an hour with him today, but there isn't really an awful lot for me to do until we've revisited, because when we did it, he's so fast and we've not revisited it yet for me to be able to like record him on Fathom.
Yeah.
But I've just asked him to just put it into points, and then I can follow it, like how we did it with the other, like the transferring things over from having Nibby just do that video so that I could see it once. It's so helpful.
Yeah, and because I think I jumped into that trail and said, can you record a video? Because I think I was like, no, we're not doing this again.
Yeah.
So, do you say that you do have time in with James today? Or were you supposed to?
I was supposed to do 11:30 till 12:30, but I messaged him and said, like, if you have time to do the points, then send them over. If not, then I can leave it for today and I'll still like pick up tomorrow.
Awesome.
Is there anything that you'd prefer to have in there? Anything that you think's unnecessary, or are you happy with how it's going?
I literally love it. Like the inside of the loop, especially the how-to section, like that's very much how my brain works.
Yeah.
Obviously, I think it is also how your brain works as well, which is great. Yeah, feedback would be clarity on what's the difference between a how-to and a playbook. And again, it could be that we're both just like, I think we've accidentally both used two different words and they're actually both the same thing, so let's just move them all so that they are the same thing. And then the second would be in the how-to section, I would love it if that how-to section almost reflected the different parts of your job, and then they were like drillable. So like you say, recruitment, yeah, almost like working with Rachel, working with James, recruitment, me, like almost like the categories that you have in your inbox, if they could be broken down in that way, so that, again, if it was an alien that's landed on Earth, or like you're having a bad day, which is actually why processes are bloody brilliant, if you're being forgetful, they save my life on a daily basis, that would be really good. Like last week, I was basically just doing like 12-hour days every day from like 6 a.m. till 6 p.m. And actually when I do that, I'm really on top of my inbox, and when I don't, I'm not. And I think I need to get better at saying to you, if there's under 20 emails in my inbox, we're good. If there's between 20 and 30, I need an hour blocked out every day to clear my inbox. If there's between 30 and 40, like we need to have some sort of system that's like, I have blocked out an afternoon for you to like sort your life out. Like my goal and the thing for my well-being, James is very much also a protector of my well-being. James is like, you cannot, like, we need to scrap monk mode, like you can't keep getting up that early and working. And obviously I have so many people that report to me. I sometimes very often feel like if I'm not working, other people don't have stuff to do either. And so I feel like I need to get better at saying to you, you know, even in the like I've got loads of tasks in the tasks section of my inbox, because I tried for a while getting you to block time out in my diary for it, but just found if I didn't do it, or like something happened that day and I had to prioritise something else, I didn't want it to get lost. And so I've left them in my inbox, but I haven't actually said to you, like, I do actually need time. Like the blocks that are in my diary for tasks, like I actually really need that to just be empty. And so I think I need to get better at saying to you, like, even if you're not able to like do stuff in my inbox, can you help me to make sure that I can as well? And so I need to get better at that as well. The third James of the recruitment team. Yeah, it's cool though, because obviously you referred Tia, you referred Hayley, Jack referred James Potter, Fiona referred Shagun. We're at second interview with someone for year end that Amy Lee referred.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's cool. And the referrals
like
just always hit different as well.
Yeah.
Like, it's two ways. It's that you already know the vibe checks there because they wouldn't do it, but also like they wouldn't risk their own reputation by referring someone that they thought was not going to be good.
Yeah.
Like they only refer people that you're like, yeah. Alrighty, monthly meeting. Okay, talk to me. I feel like we've both had quite a big change in roles since Stacey started. So I'm really interested to know how February was for you in terms of pressure and workload.
Good, I think. Yeah, I feel like I'm doing a lot more, but like not feeling like stressed or chaotic. So very good.
Ability to complete tasks without support.
Good. Yeah, I don't think there was anything really.
Yeah, I think as well, I've definitely noticed a correlation between obviously the lower the workload, the higher your ability is to complete tasks without support, because you just have more A, headspace, but B, I just feel like you've grown a lot in confidence of like, and we've got into good rhythm of, you know, that I'd rather you do something to 70% and we have to like top and tail it than anything else. So I feel like that's gone up, that you've brought to the table without support as well. Like I feel like that's gone up a lot recently as well.
Yeah, I feel a lot more comfortable doing stuff like that. Yeah. Maybe just would be good to have like a review, or like, I don't know if you have something like this for Stacey, an updated North Star thing, what things you want to say yes to, what kind of podcasts. Because like I had a podcast come in today, but it was like Gen Alpha, like speaking to kids about money, and I'm like, not really our target audience.
Sorry, I just went to my inbox and I've had 4 out of offices, all from business services. They must be on strike.
Yeah, I feel like everyone's off.
It's because it's nearly the end of the holiday year. They're all like, shit.
Yeah.
That's really funny because Stacey has literally asked me for exactly the same thing, which is like, you both want to start saying yes or no on my behalf, so that you're only bringing stuff to me if it is actually what we want. And she's been like, can I have some process notes for like what to say yes to and what to say no to? What's the current process for fail time on Fridays?
So this week I kind of used the weekly thing to sort of like go through and plan our week of content and base my fail time on that. What else do I do? It kind of varies from week to week. If we're like, oh, we need to look into this, I will do.
Yes, like trial reels. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes there's like content, like I'm subscribed to lots of marketing emails, so like I'll go through them. I'll go through national days if there's anything like that. Always Google like tax news to see if there's anything that we can do. There's something I was looking into this week and I can't remember what it was. Oh, I started watching that Mr. Beast video while I was...
Oh, the Doak one.
Yeah. The thing about his packaging in stores I thought was insane.
Was it you
About-
yesterday? We were in a shop and James straightened up all the chocolate in the shop.
It's really cool.
It is though, isn't it? I feel like we always say this, like, it is just the people who are really obsessive with stuff and the people who are like, what's gone wrong, what's gone wrong, what's gone wrong, what's gone wrong.
Yeah. Go through the general stuff, see what we can link to, try and add that on. And then if there's anything with like, could we look at this, could we look at that? It's researching into that.
Okay, so that was our monthly digital marketing deep dive meeting. And we've now got our monthly client financial wellbeing meeting. So I'm just going to bring you into that. We're going to let all of our lovely clients into the waiting room, and you can come behind the scenes into one of the hours that our clients get with me every single month. Hello. Hi, everybody. I've got about 17 note takers in the waiting room. I'm not going to let all of them in because I think they come in automatically. So I'm just going to remove all of the otters. I think we've all been here before. No! Lydia!
This is the first one. I'm not totally sure what this is all about, so I just thought I'd join and see what happens.
Great news. We are in great company. So, Amy Lee, if you've not met Amy Lee before, Amy Lee's actually one of our accountants. She's actually here for a little tippy-tappy co-working session. And Amy Lee's got quite a few different clients in the group as well. So, points to Amy Lee for having the most clients in the room. And then everybody else here that you can see, apart from me, are clients. And so, as part of your service package, every single month, we do office hours. And so, on the first Monday of every month, we have this, which is financial wellbeing. And on the third Monday of every month, we do monk mode, which is very much a general office hour. Accountability, head down, deep focus work. You set an intention or a goal at the beginning of the hour, and then 55 minutes later, I come and jump scare you on Zoom while you're in deep focus mode and check that you've done what you can do. This one is very much financial specific. So whether we do any of your finances for you, or if you do all of the day-to-day bookkeeping for yourself, this is basically a whistle-stop tour of if I, as your accountant, was running your business. This is a list of all of the tasks that I would love for you to complete to mean that you've got great and strong financial well-being in your business, and at the end of the year we know exactly what we're looking for. But if this is your first time and you haven't explored any of the resources in the university on demand, I actually have a 90-minute on-demand resource which shows you how to do this for the first time, so how to implement this into your business for the first time, so that any subsequent sessions that you join, again, you're just building the routine like at the gym, rather than wandering around being like, how do I use this machine? I do not know how to do this. So we've got an on-demand resource which shows you how to do it for the first time. So the weekly tasks are, again, just sort of like day-to-day bookkeeping, double checking that your bank feed is connected to any accounting software, raise all your invoices, put all of your expenses in, and then we move into some really important things that you might not have done before. So things like running a VAT taxable turnover report in your accounting software to see if you're anywhere close to hitting the VAT threshold, all of the way through to comparing your expenses. And then we move into the added value section. After we've reviewed your balance sheet, we actually ask you to log into HMRC's Government Gateway every month. Lots of people get anxiety when they do that for the first time. If you have a question that's actually one-to-one, me and you can just hop into a breakout room at any time. Everyone else will stay in the main room, and then we can answer it completely privately and confidentially, and then come back into the room. But yeah, wherever possible, lots of people do that too. And if you don't want to disturb anyone while they're chatting, we can just DM each other one-to-one in the chat on Zoom as well. Yes, everyone can see my screen. So I will leave you guys in to head down, but pop in the chat or take yourself off mute if you need a hand, and I'll come in and help you guys. But I will see you guys in 50 minutes. Alrighty, that was literally hung up from that client Teams call, and we are straight off to the train station. I am heading into London.
Hey everyone.
So I'm going out for dinner with my friend Verity, and then I'm staying in London ready for Downing Street tomorrow. But that client wellbeing session, I actually just got off and said to James that every single session just gets better and better and better, because we're just seeing like higher engagement rates, higher attendance rate, and people are just getting like really comfortable. But we also get like new people every time. It's always really funny as well. I always explain like if they want to ask a question one-to-one, how they do it, because we go into a breakout room. But if they're happy to ask a question in the group, how to do it, and literally everyone always asks questions in the group.
Yeah,
because they're never like confidential stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like if it was like tax planning or about income.
you feel like you're in community, aren't you? So
yeah, and it's always nice. Like I feel like people who've been on them before ask questions, and they're happy, and then when other people start seeing it, and they make a point of saying like, this meeting isn't being recorded, I've moved out all of the note takers, like it's just for us. checked into the hotel room. So I'm just staying for the night, basically to be close to Downing Street. So I can do some tippy tapping in the morning. It's quite nice. There's enough room for me to get my glam done. But I've literally just come to dump my suitcase, spray a little bit of perfume, and then I'm off out for dinner with Verity. And I was actually watching Verity's vlog on the way here so that I feel fully caught up with the plan. So I think I'm just gonna lay out or like hang up my outfit for tomorrow so that I feel the whole way here. All I could think was, okay, you're gonna have to listen to me yap and half unpack at the same time. All I could think the whole way here was, because I'm getting my makeup done by a makeup artist tomorrow, I have not brought my makeup. I've just brought makeup remover for tonight so I can feel nice. And all I could think the whole way here was, what if your makeup artist cancels and you have not brought any makeup with you? That's all I could think over and over and over and over and over again. Obviously the makeup artist has since texted me and been like, hey, just wanted to confirm you're all good for tomorrow. Obviously, she's fine. Just gonna hang some stuff up and then let's walk to dinner with Verity. Oh,
We're both vlogging.
alrighty, I am back at my hotel. I thought I'd show you the beautiful view that I've got from my bedroom. Oh, you might not be able to see it because it's dark, but that is actually in fact a brick wall. I need to get up at half 5 to curl my hair. Makeup artist has just messaged me confirming we're on, so I don't have to worry about her cancelling. Okay, so timings for tomorrow are, okay, makeup is 6:15 to 7:15. That gives me half an hour then after she's gone to get my outfit on and chill. I did just realise I've brought pyjamas, the outfit I'm currently wearing and the outfit for Downing Street and nothing else, which is fine until you remember that I need to like go downstairs into the lobby of the reception to collect the makeup lady tomorrow. I think I'm gonna have to do it in my pyjamas. I can't get dressed at 5 o'clock in the morning. Also, if I get dressed, she'll literally be like, why are you dressed? I need to do your makeup. I really hope you enjoyed these musings of an anxious girl, mainly because I just hope that your brain works in the same way that mine does. Yeah, so that's the plan for tomorrow. My whoops told me that I already need to go to bed, but I need to take my makeup off. I need to iron the outfit that I'm gonna wear tomorrow. Let me do some life admin. I'm gonna do some ironing and then I'll come back. I'll tell you the full plan for tomorrow, because tomorrow's a big day and Downing Street is just the beginning of it, but for other reasons. Let me do some ironing. I'm gonna put some trash TV on. Had such an incredible night with Verity. It was so lovely. Also, it was so lovely being in London. Like, I'm always rushing to get home. Whenever I come to London, I'm always thinking about travel and tubes or car parking or like other stuff. I'm always like thinking about how to get home. It was so lovely actually to like know that I'm staying in central London and don't need to rush off anywhere. So, and then just walk back to my hotel. So let me do some life admin and I'll catch up with you in a minute. This is not a drill. It's just come out. Perfect timing for me to iron. I can iron and watch Molly May. Is there anything better? Okay, we're having a little pamper sesh, and I thought we could have a little catch up at the same time. So, tonight was so lovely. I actually have a bad back. Oh, I'm so old. It was one of those places where you sit round the kitchen and like you watch the chefs cook, which is lovely, but we were sat on benches, like on stools the whole time, and I feel old. Again, I have mentioned and do keep mentioning that my health is not a 10 out of 10, and the issues that I have with the tumours cause me to have like kidney pain and back pain quite a lot, so this was not ideal. That was so lovely. There's just something so nice about, I really feel like this year I feel proud of myself for investing. I really feel like I've been investing more time into my friendships, and I'd say actually a big part of that is Stacey, so having my PA. She's definitely helped me to like protect time and just respond to people faster and just do nice things, to be honest, so that's definitely helped. I brought a face mask that I actually got in my Look Fantastic box, which arrived this morning. Oh, I'm gonna have to sit back so I can lean back because this is painful. Okay, this is getting ready with me granny edition so that I can be propped up in bed. So I'm gonna take my makeup off, do all of my cleansing things, and then put my little face mask on. Again, Whoop says I should have already gone to bed, but I'm prioritising the skincare because I'm getting my makeup done tomorrow. Sometimes I laugh with James and I say, do you remember the time when we first started going out and I just used to take makeup wipes to get undone for the day, and now it requires a forklift truck. Ooh, do I whiten my teeth? I did bring my stuff. Do I want my teeth to hurt? Tomorrow. The plan for tomorrow. So I mentioned in last week's vlog that I got an email which I assumed was spam because obviously I thought it was spam, inviting me to number 10 Downing Street for breakfast. The second reason why, because obviously it's Downing Street, the second reason I thought it was spam is because tomorrow is actually pancake day and I'm going to Downing Street for breakfast, aka pancakes on pancake day. But yeah, okay, serious talk. Downing Street, going to Downing Street has been on... I actually haven't ever put a picture of Downing Street on my vision board, and I actually would say that I haven't because I actually always thought that Downing Street was very unachievable for me, and I'll tell you why. Not in terms of like the work that I do or like the business that I've built, but because I am an accountant, and I know other accountants have been to Downing Street, but not accountants in practice. And I always thought that as an accountant in practice, I would never be invited to Downing Street because I didn't think that the government would ever want to be affiliated with, or like, does that make sense? Like, I feel like Companies House, HMRC and Downing Street are all like the same thing, and I always thought that they would never like associate with a practicing accountant for that reason, and so I've actually never put Downing Street on my vision board. Obviously things that don't belong on your vision board because they are so out of reach, that then happening is like, hang on a minute, we need to do a new vision board. But yeah, I've always felt like because I'm a practicing accountant who has, you know, clients and makes decisions, and like it's my job to deal with the stuff that the government decide, I literally always thought that I would not be invited to Downing Street for anything like this because it's like too closely associated, and so it feels huge. And I have never I've never seen another practicing accountant go to Downing Street. So yeah, it feels really special. It feels really special, and yeah, I feel excited. I feel a bit nervous. I'm going to show you my outfit in a sec. I feel a bit nervous. I feel like I've gone... On a scale of 1 to Legally Blonde, we're at a 12 out of 10. So, yeah, there's that. We're investing this year. We're delegating. I'm trying to make more time for my well-being, more time to have more impact so that I can say yes to stuff like this. So, yeah, it's been a wild week. I've worked with my stylist to, like, the outfit. Again, like, it's just such an iconic moment. I wanted it to be like the moment, which it is now. Yeah, just so iconic. So iconic. So I'm going to breakfast tomorrow. It is 8:15 to 9:15. Obviously my morning will start at 5:30 because I need to curl my hair. Then the makeup artist is coming. I'm getting my glam done. I've got fun plans for the rest of the day. I have so many questions about this. It's breakfast at Downing Street. But will the food be nice? Who am I going to be meeting with? I don't know. The invite says senior government officials. I know that we're talking about business. I know that we're talking about my business growth, business journey, the UK government's plans for the British economy and business growth. Obviously, I have some things that I'd like to talk about, but I don't know who I'm meeting. I don't know what the vibe is, so we shall see. I have things I want to talk to Downing Street about. I think I mentioned it in last week's vlog, but there was a moment with me and James where I was like, do we think this is because of the headline that I just had, which was I'm the real Rachel from accounts, and it literally atted Rachel Reeves in the Telegraph, which was an interesting moment in my life. But, you know, I got invited to Downing Street the week after, so here we are. Yes, it's for an hour. Do I have some TikTok audio saved that are like the Legally Blonde soundtrack? Yes. Am I going to try and film them? If I'm brave enough. I won't be brave enough. Yes. I have so many questions though, like I'm going on my own. Who takes my photo? Do I have to ask a security guard? Will the cat be there is my biggest question. I did think it would be really funny if the cat was there. I could recreate the scene from Legally Blonde where she's like, we're both Gemini vegetarians. I thought that would be cute. I feel like you can feel my thoughts running around in my head. It's just mad. I feel like I can't be excited or nervous because I don't really know where I'm going. Like,
You know when you've been somewhere once it's exciting, but the first time you like can't even picture it. And I know, obviously I know what Downing Street looks like, but like the inside and the day and the experience, I just don't know. I don't know what it's gonna be like. Which is so weird. I feel like I do stuff that I don't know what it's gonna be like all the time, but this just feels, it just feels iconic. So mad, so mad. Yeah, I'm so excited. I'm so excited, but also I feel like to other people it might just be like the nerdiest, lamest thing in the world. And I'm gonna try not to say too much here, but I said to James, it's actually quite hard not to... This sounds really stupid. I hope you guys will know what I mean. I'm trying to not let my political opinions conflict with being invited to Downing Street as well, because it's important. Like, yeah, trying to see them as two separate things and it's still being a great achievement. Right, I've double cleansed, which the girls at work have told me is essential. Now I'm doing this hyaluronic acid. So then, once she's done at Downing Street, I actually had the day tomorrow blocked out in London anyway, which was very convenient, to see my two best friends. I don't know why. When you're not in your teens, saying best friends out loud feels so strange. Also, I feel like when you become friends as adults, calling them your best friends is like a moment. It's like when you're dating someone and you say that you're boyfriend and girlfriend or that you love each other for the first time. It's like, who's going to say it first? Yeah, so Abby and Hev, my two best mates. We're spending the day together tomorrow, and I feel like I can say this because this video will come out after the day. Abby is announcing that for the last 2 years, she has been building up to and is about to release a book, which has been published by Penguin. And she is actually announcing it tomorrow. Obviously the hard work's been going on for literally 2 years, and it's just been so incredible to be her friend as she's gone through the journey. But it is so lovely to be sharing this moment with her tomorrow. And so the three of us literally never spend time together that's not something to do with work. Like there's normally a work reason that we are seeing each other. And so tomorrow I'm going straight from Downing Street to, is it Claridge's? I keep wanting to say Clarins, but that's the makeup counter at Debenhams, isn't it? Claridge's. We're going to Claridge's for breakfast. I think it's at like 10, so it's like brunch. And I'm pretty sure Downing Street's going to be a croissant, not some pancakes. So going to Downing Street, I'm coming back here to get changed because my Downing Street outfit is like legally blonde and I'm legally Rachel. So coming back here to get changed, pack up, check out, and then going to Claridge's for breakfast, just spend time together celebrating Abby. Abby's actually going to announce it, I think, while hit post while she's with breakfast, and then we're just going to spend the whole day together. We've got a Candid photo shoot booked. Heather's actually organised that. I'm not sure if it's like for Abby to document the day that she announced her book, or if it's like a friendship, like the three of us. I'm not sure. So TBC on that, but we're going to Candid, which are amazing, their clients as well, and so it'll be lovely to see them. And then, yeah. It's just going to be a lovely day, actually. And it's also really nice to do something so wholesome after going to Downing Street, because I think so often I would just do Downing Street and be like, right, back to work. And so it's actually lovely to just spend it with them. I feel like I've said this quite a few times on my YouTube channel, more than I have on any other platform, because you guys get the best and the worst versions of me, which could not be a more true sentence over the last few months of the vlog and the YouTube channel and my honesty. But friendship's probably been like one of the hardest things to maintain as a business owner in the journey. Like it's definitely been one of the hardest, and actually still is one of the hardest things to sort of keep up with. And it just takes, I mean, obviously it does, that's why they're all brilliant, but friendships take so much time and you have to invest so much time. And I think the female friendships in my life became nurtured when I started investing my time in them, not just like treating them as like a passive thing. I really try and, me and James are the same with marriage. Like you get out what you put in, and marrying someone isn't choosing them once, it's choosing them every single day. And has always been our mantra for our marriage. And so it's actually really nice. I feel like, yeah, about 18 months ago I realised that I needed to really invest in those female friendships, because they just, especially as a female business owner, they do really just change everything. So this is so sweet. Tomorrow I'm wearing, my stylist texted me and said, have you got any pearly earrings? And I said, yes. They were a honeymoon present from James. James didn't just get me a wedding ring, didn't just become my husband, he also got me a honeymoon present. So these are, I actually wore at our wedding pearl earrings that James's mum, they were my something borrowed from James's mum. And then for our honeymoon, he bought me Tiffany pearl earrings. And he said, I'm giving you them on our honeymoon, and hopefully one day our daughter will wear them on her wedding day, like you wore my mum's on yours. And it's just the most beautiful sentiment ever. So these are the earrings that I'm wearing tomorrow. Just getting them out. And then I can show you the outfit. I feel like I haven't shown you the outfit yet. Let me just pop this stuff away and then I'll show you. I'm actually very proud of my ironing skills because this is the shirt that I'm wearing in the afternoon tomorrow, and the sleeves are like the hardest things in the world to iron, but I feel like I've nailed it. So that's my shirt for the afternoon tomorrow. I need to try and work out how I can show you this in like full light, so bear with me. Okay, so it's a little two-piecer, very not my normal style length anything. But this is the skirt, and then this is the blazer. I mean, when it's put at that length, it literally looks like I'm going to a wedding as a mother of the bride, or, you know, Margaret Thatcher, which is an interesting reference. But it just is next level. And it's a proper like investment piece outfit as well. So I'm excited to, I actually think I'm going to rent it afterwards because it's just been released by Self Portrait, was very expensive. And my preference is always to rent or get stuff on Vinted. Or get stuff on Vinted. And so I actually think I'm gonna rent it out afterwards because it's so new. It's not on any rental sites yet. And it's just so nice. So I'm wearing it tomorrow with my Louboutin shoes, which I'm normally too scared to walk in because they are very high heels, but it's required for tomorrow. Yeah. I also like how tidy this room is. I've unpacked stuff, put it away straight away, and then now it's all nice and tidy, which is extra nice because obviously the makeup artist will be coming here in the morning. Which isn't very far away, so I need to get up and curl my hair in the morning before she gets here, so that's done. I'm just going to do like a loose curl. Again, I've said this before about my makeup, it's either on or off. My hair is either straight or curly. There's no in between. I don't know how people, obviously you can brush it out, but like, yeah, I'm going to do a loose curl. Oh yeah, Whoop's shouting at me. I need to go to bed. I'm going to literally just sit in a dark room, watch the rest of Molly May's vlog. I just brushed my teeth and put my retainers in, and I will catch up with you guys in the morning. Good morning. It's 5:30. I've got half an hour before my makeup artist gets here, and so I'm just curling my hair. I've just had a shower, brushed my teeth. Coffee time. My favourite time of day. And yeah, we're just curling my hair. Come with me.
Fabrication of a narrative.
Good morning. This is the finished look. I'll come and stand here so you can see my makeup. I've got the lovely earrings that were a present from James, which is very sweet and wholesome. It feels nice. I've just had a coffee and I kind of want to brush my teeth, but I'm not sure if that's going to ruin my lipstick. I've got some individual lashes on, so I feel we all know my trauma of getting my makeup done and being concerned with the look. Obviously, I'm in a very, very dark room right now, so it's quite hard to make it look elite. But I feel really good, and if I feel good in a dark room, I'm gonna feel really good getting my photo taken. So I just curled my own hair and I have brushed it out, and then the outfit is outfitting. Feel very good. So I might just have a little drink. The makeup artist, she actually left me the lip liner so I can redo it, so I might actually brush my teeth and then go around my lips, and then pack up and go to Downing Street. But this is the first time I've used Stacey, this makeup artist, and so I was not too shy to vlog, but like just wanted to like have a proper chat with her and not be like, hi everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. So the final look, the shoes are shoeing. We love them. It's actually a 10-minute walk to Downing Street, and I'm trying to think about if I want to wear my heels the whole way, because they're actually feeling good today. They're feeling really good. So I'm wondering if I walk the whole way in heels or if I wear my flat shoes, because I feel like I might look silly walking in heels, but I'll also look silly walking in trainers. Welcome to the inside of my brain. Anyway, I'm gonna brush my teeth. I will catch up with you when I'm on my way to Downing Street. Okay, I'm just a few minutes away, walking down
I need to try and work out how to actually get into Downing Street because it's actually gated and there's security guards, so we're going to work out. My friend Abby, who's also a content creator, has been invited today, and so she's going to wait outside so we can go in together, so I'll catch her in a sec. Okay, so it's like 6 or 7 hours later. I'll catch you up on Downing Street later, but Abby, Hev and I went out to Claridge's for a breakfast to celebrate the morning, and we just had a lovely afternoon sitting in a coffee shop, putting the world to rights, catching up, and now we are at our favourite client. I'm just kidding, we do not have a favourite client. Favourite client to visit for some self-love, which is Candid Studios. And so I don't know if you guys remember me saying that we helped Candid do their raise, and I'm actually in the place that raise paid for. So this is my view. We're in Notting Hill. We've got all of the beautiful things here, and now Abby and Hev are getting set up for their photo shoot. So come with me behind the scenes for a Candid self-love celebration photo shoot. In my natural habitat, which is at home with my makeup off in my pyjamas. It's 7 p.m. I spent the whole afternoon with Abby and Heather, but by about 6 p.m. my soul left my body, and so I got on a train home. So I've just taken my makeup off. It's now 7 and I've got to cook dinner. I don't want to be an adult today, but I also don't want to eat shit food, so I have to go and cook food now. But just in case you saw it on Instagram and thought it was glamorous, please know this is what I look like now, and there's literally no place in the world I'd rather be right now than at home cooking dinner for me and my husband. I'm very sure this is a very bad angle, but it's giving glamour. I have just chopped up nearly all of the vegetables I had in my fridge with some chicken, some chorizo, a whole ton of tomatoes and some garlic, and that's gone in the oven for an hour. So a little chicken and chorizo casserole. I'm gonna do that with some more veggies on the side and some rice, I think. Very proud of myself for cooking. That would have been very easy to get a takeaway, but I just can't. It's only Tuesday and that would literally write me off for the rest of the week. Also, sometimes when you've had a long day, sometimes I get frustrated getting a takeaway because it like ruins cheat night. Like, you know, when you have a takeaway and it's nice, like you have the time to enjoy it. I don't know if this is gonna make sense, but I have like a weird money mindset, especially with food. Like getting a takeaway was a very, very, very big deal financially when I was a kid. I think it is for a lot of people. And so I have this thing, like we only ever get one takeaway a week and it's like a treat. And so I hate doing it on days like today where you're almost doing it out of necessity. You don't really enjoy it. Too long didn't read is didn't want to get a takeaway. Proud of myself. I am gonna call my sister. She wants to FaceTime. So much work to do, but I'm ignoring it. I'm gonna ignore it. Went to Downing Street today, so I'm gonna ignore it. When I show you the photos that we got at Candid, you'll cry because I cried. Like, they're so lovely. So Abby announced her book today and she's currently trending on the movers and shakers section, which is like new authors on Amazon. I have actually just pre-ordered my copy of her book, and yeah, you're probably like, isn't she your friend? Why isn't she sending you a copy? And mates rates is not a thing. Mates rates, gifting for friends, all that stuff, that's not a thing. Your friends should support you the most. Mates rates are not a thing. Rachel Harris said so. So I was gonna sit and yap and give you guys a debrief, but I'm actually gonna FaceTime my sister, and you can come behind the scenes and FaceTime my sister because 2 birds, 1 stone. She's actually just gone to church for Pancake Day, which is very wholesome. I have drank, this is my 3rd pint of water. You know when? Like, I did actually drink quite a bit today, but you know when, like, just being out of the house requires lots of hydration for me. So let's call Laura. Hi.
Hi. Yeah.
Do you want to say hi to the vlog?
Yeah. Hello.
What shirt are you wearing?
In my auntie era. Don't know whether you can see it.
This is not a pregnancy announcement, by the way. We have a nephew.
Yeah. The nephew already exists.
Yeah.
Definitely. Also, he's nearly saying my name and Rachel's really annoyed.
I am. Sorry, I've just got to let the dog in. Oh, I need to tell you. Someone commented on my LinkedIn post with Downing Street saying, well done, Laura.
No.
Obviously no one in like the LinkedIn side of my life knows who you are. Like, it's business. But Like, she lives in from church.
Yeah.
It was her. She commented like, "Well done, Laura." I was like, my name is right there.
Also, why the hell would I be in Downing Street?
Yeah. Well, that's as bad as me being in Downing Street, to be fair.
I told everyone at church where you were today.
Aww.
Obviously told them that you met the cat.
Oh, well, tell me about your job stuff first before I tell you about Downing Street.
They haven't rang me yet, and then I'm going for an interview tomorrow. But I'm like, I don't know. I'm confused on what the job is, because it says, like, I sent you a message you what the advert was advertising for, but then in the job spec it says like,
Yeah, I love that. This is exciting.
housekeeping assistant, which is what threw me off.
Oh. Well, it'd be a good foot in the door anyway if you want to do childcare in the future.
Mhm.
Oh, that would be a full circle, wouldn't it? Because I feel like that's always what you wanted to do when you were a kid.
Yeah.
I love that. So when they ask you at the end, have you got any questions? Have you got questions ready?
Not right now.
Do you want me to help you do so?
Also, what do I say when they say, why are you looking for another job? I feel like the husband died and gave me a reality check is not an acceptable answer.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't say that. That's giving not emotionally stable vibes. I would actually say, like, that you've always wanted to be into like you've always wanted to get into childcare, and that you work from home at the moment. Like, I feel like actually like that's very honest as well. Like, a big part of this job is trying to get, like, literally just wanting to be out of the house more. I feel like as a relationship builds later on, you could be like, that was true, I just wanted to leave the house because my husband died and I'm sad. So yeah.
And children fix parts of my soul.
Yeah. And then when they say, have you got any questions, what are the core values of your business is a good one. And like, how should I expect to see them? And yeah, make notes on your phone. Like, if they say, have you got any questions?
I'm messaging you right now.
Yeah, if they say, have you got any questions, you can say, like, do you mind if I get my phone out because I've made some notes?
Yeah.
So what are the core values of your organisation is a good one, but check that they're not on the website first, because if they're on the website and then you ask it, it will look like you haven't done your research. Have you done research on the business?
I was going to do it either later tonight or in the morning, so it's fresh in my brain.
Do it when it's fresh, do it tomorrow morning. I would ask a question that specifically relates to something that you've seen on the website, so that you can say, I've seen on your website, so then it shows that you've researched them. So say, like, I've seen on your website, insert a random fact here, and then ask a question. Like, I know every day is different, but in an ideal world, what would a good day at work look like for me? And then my top interview tip is, before you leave, if it's true, at the end of the interview say, just to be explicitly clear, if you offered me this job, I would accept it. Like, I'm really interested in this job. That's always really good, because if I was comparing two candidates and one explicitly said that, I'd be like, they're a guaranteed yes.
Also, if we're editing this out, do you want to know what Mum said?
So I met the Prime Minister, and I met Rachel Reeves, who is the Treasury Secretary. So that headline of, like, I'm Rachel from accounts, that's who it was talking about. Yeah, so she makes the budget and he's the Prime Minister. It's pretty cool.
What are we talking about?
So I went in, had to go through security first. So, like, obviously you see it on TV, but, like, all of Downing Street is completely gated. Like, you can't actually get onto Downing Street. Like, there's security guards at the gate with, like, guns. So you have to be like, hello, I have an appointment. And then they let you in. Then they have to see ID. Then they check your name off a list, because you're on the list for the day. They check your name off a list, they check your ID, then you go through. Then you go through security, like at an airport, everything goes through a scanner. You get zoop, beep, beep, beep. And then, obviously, my hearing aids set that off, and that was fun.
They set a metal detector off?
Well, something did, and they were like, it's round here, but we couldn't work out if it was my earrings or, like, my ears, and they were like, you're fine. I could just tell they didn't want to, like, touch a hearing aid, and so it was fine. Went through security, and then you're, like, on Downing Street, and so then you just toddle down Downing Street. We got papped. Yeah, so there's, like...
You could have ended up in a broken newspaper somewhere.
There was, like... Well, the Telegraph have already messaged me being like, can we have an interview about why you're at Downing Street today? So, like... My friend Abby, I met her outside Downing Street, so we went in together, it was just the two of us. We're walking down Downing Street, and there's, like, a cordoned off area with, like, official press, and there's, like, 6 or 7 people stood there. I joked to Abby, like... And it's, like, very obviously it was a press area. I joked to Abby and said, like, oh, we're getting packed. And then they all literally picked their cameras up and were like, shh, as we walked in. For security reasons, they don't know who we are.
The paparazzi don't.
Yeah, unless it's, like, visibly obvious. Obviously, they've just had loads of world leaders there. They'll know who they are. But, like, they're not, for security reasons, nobody, like, it's not disclosed to anybody who they are and why they're there. If a story comes out later, they're like, oh, we've got a picture. So like it was literally like like the press taking photos of you going into Downing Street. So we got like
Oh my god, I'm Kim Kardashian for the day.
yeah, I literally, I felt like I was on a school trip. I was just like, wow. So I went in.
This is wild.
Yeah.
Oh, where was the cat?
Well, he just lives
Was
in
he outside, inside?
outside. Yeah. He like ran over from the press guys over to us, and then like ran back again. So I didn't like get to touch him. Like he's super friendly. Like he just lives there and gets attention off all of the press. Like that's he just lives there. Saw the cat, went in. Phones have to be turned off in a box at the door. As you're like walking up to the door, like a man opens the door to number 10. Went into the door at number 10. I don't know why. I heard that the door to number 10 was like a fake door.
Is it not?
But it's not, it is an actual door. I think what it is that I heard, which I got clarified today, is that there's a door to number 11 and a door to number 10. Like there's front doors to both, but actually inside it's just one massive building. Like it's all completely knocked through. So it's not that it's a fake door, it's that there's two doors, number 11 and number 10. And then just went into a room. At this point I still don't know who we're meeting. Like it was, on the invite it was like senior government officials.
That could be anybody.
Yeah. Went in and it was creators, like other content creators who are like in the business and finance space, like big creators as well that I like follow online. It was really cool.
Rachel,
Yeah.
you are also a big content creator in the finance.
Okay, so for context, one of the guys in the room is like the number one most impressions creator on all of LinkedIn. He has like more impressions than like Barack Obama.
Oh.
Yeah, like crazy. So we just were like mingling for a little while, making jokes about the fact it was pancake day. People having croissants and pastries and stuff. And then we got like ushered into, well, that went on for like 10-15 minutes. Then we got ushered into like a really big long table room that literally felt like what you imagine the inside of Downing Street to be like. It was huge. And then there was like name cards on the table and everyone had to go around and find their name card, so I found mine, sat down, and then I look up and like opposite me the name card is the Right Honourable Rachel Reeves, and I was like, that's the budget secretary, what the hell, wow. Everyone sat down and then people started introducing themselves. They explained why we were there.
Members of Parliament have all sat in a room and your name came up.
Yeah, it was mad. So I got to meet people from the Downing Street team, I got to meet people from the Treasury team, and then I got to meet people who like actually sit within like the Prime Minister's office as well. And then, so they explained like why we were there, and then they said like, we'd love for you to go around and introduce yourself and like really deep dive into like who you are and what you do. So we were going around the table, and it went like one person to one person to one person to one person, and then just before it was my turn, at this point it was just us, the breakfast people in the room. So people went around and introduced themselves, and just before I was about to introduce myself, the door opens, Rachel Reeves walks in, and then behind her is Keir Starmer. So I'm like, look up, and like, it's the Prime Minister. Hello.
I feel like it's kind of like when we met Princess Anne of like, what do I do with my body?
Yeah, and then she was like, I
forgot how to stand up.
Yeah, so we were all sat there, and then it came around to me, and then they walked in. So she came in and sat down. He came in and was like, hi guys, like I just, I got a spare 10 minutes, so just thought I'd come and say hi. Don't let me interrupt you. Like, carry on. Right when it was my turn to introduce myself. And so, yeah, I introduced myself. I said, hi, my name is Rachel Harris. I own a 7-figure accounting firm. We're national. I've got offices in Oxford and Manchester. I'm an accountant, so I'm also Rachel from accounts. To Rachel Reeves, the entire room laughed, and I spent the rest... Huh?
Did she?
I wasn't actually looking. I was just very nervous. I looked around the room. I should have really just looked at her. She did a polite laugh, but I'm not sure if it was an actual laugh. And so I did a funny, and then I spent literally the rest of the remaining hour just sat there thinking, I don't know if I should have told that joke, and I'm not sure if I'll ever be invited back here again. But I think it was funny. I think it went down well. Afterwards, other people were like, that was really funny. And I was like, okay, cool. So I said, hi, my name's Rachel. I'm an accountant. I own an accounting firm. I'm also Rachel from accounts. Ha 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 ha. Everyone laughed. We had a great time. And then I said, like, they wanted to know, like, how we feel and how our audiences feel, which was just a really good opportunity for me to explain sort of the landscape of the entrepreneurial part of my community. And so I explained that like national insurance was going to hit everybody really hard. I explained that we need more incentives for entrepreneurs to innovate in the UK. Like, lots of business owners want to start and scale businesses in the UK, create wider economic impact here, but are not incentivized to do so. And so a lot of my audience actually ask questions on how to leave the UK, to move to other countries, to take the entrepreneurship in places where there are tax incentives to do that. And then I said, specifically for the accounting industry, one of the really big concerns that we have at the moment is the upcoming changes to the apprenticeship scheme, which would remove charter qualifications from the apprenticeship scheme. Lots of people become accountants instead of going to university, and so we're actually then capped on what it means to be an accountant. And I am competing with accounting firms who are choosing to offshore their accounting functions and outsource their work to other countries, and I am grassroots. All of our accountants are in the UK, working in the UK on payroll in-house, and I want the economic benefit of my business to remain in the UK, but you're not incentivizing me to train the next generation of accountants through doing that. So that's really big at the moment within the accounting industry, and so I'd love to be able to talk to you guys about what that looks like in the future as well. And then I feel like I also said other things, but I can't remember. But yeah, I'm very tired. That was like a low-key explanation of what I said, but it was really good, and I was really proud of myself, and I told a funny joke. Huh?
You should be.
Yeah. And then, yeah. And then we got to hear from Rachel Reeves, so she told us about some of the government's upcoming plans, some of the things that we should be expecting to see, key dates for our diaries, and like how we'll be able to work with Downing Street very closely in the future. Yeah, that's it. Went outside, took a photo, and then, yeah.
How was this my life?
Yeah, it was. And then Abby, my friend who I was moved out at Downing Street with, announced her book today. And so Yay! Heather and I took her to Claridge's, and I paid £18 for a croissant. Really expensive.
Was it nice?
It was really nice, yeah. It was pancake day as well, so we got 3 pancakes. So that was great too. And I came home and cooked.
Why didn't James cook? You've been out being a person all day.
I think he wanted to know, he wanted to know what mood I was in, I think.
What do you have?
I think he picked me up assuming that I would want to get McDonald's on the way home. But I didn't want to waste a cheat night on a night where I'm like, well, I'm just going to say, do you want to say bye to the YouTube channel?
Yes. Bye! I'll see you in a month when we're in Rome.
Bye!
I'm excited. Bye!
So we're just eating dinner, and I was a very important girl boss today. Thought I'd show you what James is doing.
Can you pass me the mint, please? Yeah. When there's a global catastrophe and you're coming to me because you're hungry.
Oh, you prepping? What have we got here then?
We do get lots of requests for gardening with James, so now's your chance.
I've got mint, chives, basil, thyme and parsley.
I love how you said if there's a global catastrophe, you'll be coming to me all hungry, like you're gonna say.
I'm gonna eat some parsley. I'll eat some well-seasoned nothing.
I don't know if I've mud on my finger or seed on my finger now.
Here we have a James Harris in his natural habitat with soil and seeds. He takes the seed out and he places it in the soil. The problem is the soil looks like seeds, so he doesn't know whether he has seed on his finger or soil. Today is a bad day.
You could say it's as clear as mud.
You could also say James has soiled himself. I think that was a bit more than 2 to 3.
Yeah, but I don't know if they're going in, so I'm just playing it safe.
You're going to have that until the end of time.
That joke was mint.
Jesus.
How would you describe yourself if you were a plant?
If I was a plant...
Like hardy and would survive winter.
No, I wouldn't survive the winter. No way that happened.
Needs to be brought inside during...
I see. Full sun.
Speak nicely to it.
Pretty.
Needs positive affirmations during the day.
Yeah. Fragile.
Fragile. Sensitive to light.
Will not survive in strong winds.
Oh gosh.
But good to look at.
Flowers.
Good to look at, a pain to look after.
The photos just came through. This was me having to have a hold in the book like it was a baby. And like we were at a baby shower. Hello. It is Wednesday, the day after Downing Street, and I'm having an egg day. I never ever come and tippy tap in cafes, but James and I share a car and we're having some car share issues today, so I'm currently just in our local town in Gail's and I'm tippy tapping. So I've got a latte and I'm getting a lot done, which is actually surprising me because it's quite busy, but I think it's almost like brown noise. Actually, it's quite nice. So I'm just doing some deep focus work. I've got to call a client in a minute about something quite exciting, and yeah, just doing head down deep focus work. Had a big hospital appointment this morning, which was in equal parts good, equal parts frustrating and weird, and don't know what's going to go on next. So here we go. Come do some cozy Gail's tippy tapping with me while I wait for James to come and pick me up and let me be a passenger princess. Good morning. The sun is shining. The tank is clean. I am intentionally having a head down, cozy, just had a shower, just on my skincare. I'm not doing any makeup, head down deep focus day. And I thought I'd bring you behind the scenes. The house looks like a bomb's hit it. And so I actually just posted on my Instagram stories saying that I've got the day blocked out for something very exciting. I'm planning the launch of the product that we have been building for 12 months. So I'm really, really, really excited. I've got the whole day blocked out to plan the launch, plan the pre-launch, do all of the testing behind the scenes of the product. I've got a list of things to get done just in terms of like stress testing, all of the copywriting for the launch, and just basically doing everything for this launch. I'll go into more of it in a minute, but I just posted on my Instagram stories saying that when I'm doing something like this, I've got a big task to do. And I find this as well with creativity. When you need to be creative at work, but you don't have a creative job, me being the perfect example, so many people would like diarise and just put an hour in their diary for like, be creative. So it would be like 60 minutes blocked to script videos or like create videos in an hour. There is no way you're going to do that in an hour. And so I like to see it as a plane. Planes don't just go from being on the ground to being in the air. There is a takeoff and there is a landing. And I feel like when you're trying to transition your brain from the normal like productivity, tippy tap, blah, 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 blah strategy into creativity, we have to like take it and help it get from there to there. And so I have mentioned this before. Me and James call the state of the house at the moment topsoil, which is basically, we just cooked dinner last night and didn't tidy up. It's not dirty. Literally the cleaner came yesterday. It's just topsoil. And so I have got a podcast, which is actually, I've never been listened to this lady before, but it's a 20-minute podcast episode on how to launch. I have obviously launched things before. I have a very successful podcast, which I launched using a strategy that I've built, but I want this to be my like takeoff. I just want to be submersed in launch land before I get to my desk and I start thinking about like, okay, I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do this. I need to like get into the headspace of doing a launch. And so I'm just going to put some headphones on. I'm going to run around and tidy my house for 20 minutes. So I'm being doubly productive at the same time. And this is going to be my takeoff into the head down deep focus work. So let's go.
People had joined this brand new membership and the feedback was insane. And
hello. I cannot tell you how much I enjoy a day, just not back to back meetings. I am just feeling like my well-being is well-being today. I also am having the most fun planning the launch of this product, especially because I have launched before. Obviously I've launched the podcast before, and so have lots of like data and analytics on my audience, how all of those things perform as well. So it is good fun using my, MVP employee, ChatGPT, to help me as well, planning all of the content. And I also just got ChatGPT to help me estimate the size of the launch, which is interesting. Like given the data, the mailing list, who I've got on that mailing list, I've asked ChatGPT to help me work out how much revenue it thinks I'll be able to generate from this launch. Which is a lot. It's a lot. And I asked it to give me like a low performing launch, average, and then high. And so I'm going to pick a target. But yeah, using ChatGPT a lot. So very excited about this. So I've been head down, just had the daily approvals with my PA, and then James has got home, and I didn't mention earlier where James was. So James has been, I feel, sponsored by our private medical. I'm not sponsored. I do actually have a link though, because so many of you asked me which private medical we use because I do talk about it a lot. So I'll put a link in the description of this video. If anyone signs up through that link, the team get £100 and we actually let them spend that on office snacks. So you are feeding the Strivex team. We pay each year, we did it last year and James has just done it again this year for a 360 plus health MOT, and so through our private medical we get a chunk of discount, but we do have to pay extra to top it up. But this was actually the sort of assessment that we both had last year, which picked up James had very high cholesterol, and it actually picked up the thing that meant that I got my tumours picked up as well. So I feel like we both couldn't recommend it highly enough. But James has had his 12 months on, maybe 18 months on, from his original health MOT. He went back today, and when I tell you, the first time, so last time, James had this assessment. When I went, they do bloods, they do a full like health review, they talk to you about your lifestyle, then you get like an exercise bike and you like run and they clip you up to loads of stuff, they test your HRV, and then they go through all of your bloods and stuff, and it's all with a physician and then a doctor. And they can make any referrals there and then, which is what happened to me. James went for his and they stopped the test and said, we cannot let you get on this treadmill because we think you're about to have a heart attack because your cholesterol is so high.
It's because the muscle of my heart was too big.
James' heart was too big. Rachel. And they actually wouldn't let him on the treadmill.
So then I got referred, didn't I, to the cardiology department because they thought it was swollen and they thought something was wrong with my heart.
Rachel's big.
It turned out I did so much exercise as a kid, I just have a really big muscle. That's not even a joke, that's what she said. She said I have the same heart as athletes.
Athlete's heart right here.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Yeah, so last time they wouldn't even let him on the machine because they thought he was going to keel over. And this time James is going to give you a debrief of how it went this time.
Oh, hi. This time, she reminded me that I have a really big heart muscle and I have a super fantastic heart. My cholesterol was all the way down, like a teeny tiny bit above average, but basically nothing to worry about, which was really amazing because I get really worried about my heart because my dad had 2 heart attacks. He had his first one when he was like 42. So whenever anybody talks about cholesterol or heart things, I'm like, oh god, I'm going to die. Fortunately, I've got it all the way down, and I've also lost about 1.5 stone, which probably relates to the cholesterol as well. So we're eating a lot better, exercising more.
And the gym. But your general cardiovascular health's probably stronger as well, isn't it?
100%. Yeah, it's really, really good today. And then we did the bike exercise, and he's like, it's not a competition. It's like, well, it is though, isn't it?
You must have had the same bike that I had.
Well,
Mine was really young and funny. And when I said, can I win this? He was like, I thought you were going to say that.
Well, there's a chart, right? It's like from 0 to 10. And you want to be in the green, which is like a 7. And 7 is, I could do this for an hour. I'm just getting a bit of a sweat on. Yeah. And then 8 is like, I can't do this more now. And I was like, I've been in the 8 now for at least 2. It's a bit like a bleep test. You do something for a minute, and then it's quicker for a minute, and then it's quicker for a minute. And I was like, I really could not do this for an hour. So I was like, yeah, probably the last one will be the last one because I can't do this anymore. And then when he stopped and he showed me the charts, he was like, just below average. And I was like, what do you mean I'm below average? And I was like, what's it based on? He's like, well, it's how long you can do it. And I was like, well, hang on a second. I could have done another 3 or 4 of those. I thought it was how long I could do it at a level 7. So next year I'm going to go back and smash it.
Love. And your skin.
And my skin, yeah, I have a really bad rash on my back that's really itchy all the time. I thought it was for stress.
We've tried diet, we've tried stress. Well, I haven't tried stress, that would involve quitting your job, but...
Yeah, I basically just don't wash enough. Yeah, I've got a fungus.
No, you think it's a fungal thing, yeah.
Fungal thing.
That's super common though, like,
yeah, it is.
fungus is part of your body, isn't it?
There's loads of things that I didn't realise, like...
But that's why heat will make it worse, because if it's fungal,
yeah. And we're quite good, like, we change our towels weekly and our bed sheets weekly, but when you've got fungal thing, you're meant to do it way more often.
Every time.
And I think I just didn't realise that, and I just need to do it more often, more regularly, and get some cream and hope it will go away.
So you're proud of yourself?
Yeah, I'm happy with my heart. It's quite emotional when she told me that, actually.
About the cholesterol? Yeah. Because I feel like you haven't really had it checked, have you?
No, we went 2 years ago, and then I went to the NHS, and it was down a little bit, and then it was down a lot to know. I've lost a lot of weight since then. Because 2 years ago was the end of the pandemic, wasn't it? Sort of. Sorry, was that my biggest?
So now you just had not the best heart health sandwich.
No, I just had 2 tuna sandwiches, 50 grams of protein, omega-3.
It was whole grain bread as well, wasn't it? So white sandwiches aren't the best. Manchester office just sent a video.
TikTok.
Might sound a bit rash, but I thought maybe you could do some work this month. I beg your pardon? Who do you think you're talking to? Might sound a bit rash.
They're banging them out in Manchester. And then my lunch is in the oven. I'm having salmon and sweet potato.
Salmon.
Salmon.